back to the big Sunday show. President Biden is isolating at the White House this weekend while he recovers from COVID. The latest written statement from Biden's doctor reads in part, quote, his symptoms continue to improve significantly. His predominant symptom is now sore throat. And the White House is doubling down on its defense of the physician to the president, who many want to ask questions directly.
The personal physician of the president has put out detailed reports of how the president is doing every day. I speak to his personal physician. I speak to the president every day. Dr. Fauci does as well. There's a whole team of us in constant communication, and then we're getting that information out to the American people.
But a lot of people are questioning whether we really are getting that information in a timely fashion. David, I want to start with you on this one because they were telling us first that he has Omicron. Now we're hearing it's BA.5. It's a subvariant of Omicron, but that tells you also a lot about his potential condition, maybe where he got it. We'll discuss that in a moment. But your thoughts on what we're getting, how soon we're getting it.
Never let a crisis go to waste. And to borrow from Tammy yesterday and keep it going, propaganda. They used Omicron as a word to then spread more fear. Certain states started reacting. This was almost a coordinated effort. Then finally they announced that it's the subvariant BA.5, which, by the way, according to some of my sources, they knew about yesterday, and they were going to come out with it on Monday. I'm actually surprised they came out with it today. This is all about pushing their agenda. Everything they do look broader, climb higher, as they say in the Air Force, and take a look at it, you will see an agenda in play. And that's what Biden has been doing his entire political career. This is not new. And Biden's not that addled that suddenly he doesn't know what he's doing all the time. Fact is, he knows how to play to whatever audience. And the Democrats, the establishment, KJP, it's funny, we came in with tell me sweet little lies. Well, I don't think she even knows the difference, because if the binder doesn't have it, she can't answer a common sense question. And she's supposed to represent the president of the United States. I've known past press secretaries, from Tony Snow forward, secretaries on both sides of the aisle who've done their job. She is incompetent. This White House is incompetent, and that's a problem.
Yeah, and now, Tammy, the latest predominant symptom for him is the sore throat. That's not what they were saying last week. But he's 79 years old. He's on blood thinners, for example. They're giving him medications for this as well. And so, the American public has a right to get answers to some of these questions, to know how the president is, in fact, doing.
Indeed. And also, I think when they say it doesn't matter where he got it, that's what Karina kept saying. It doesn't matter, it's that he was prepared. It does matter. We've been told for 2 years that it's the science, it's the data, it's the tracing. We've got to know where this is going. Suddenly, they just don't care about that now. Yeah. And that is a worry. If we really are wondering about if this, when it comes to the variant, well, it would matter about what was it that in the planning, what was it that he did or did not do, or if their planning matters, if it works, that then should inform everything else. And I think that that's a worry. We also, one story says in the Washington Post that he's using an albuterol inhaler. Now, I have situational asthma, and I just use the albuterol, that inhaler, if there's a major issue. And so that's a steroid that has to go into your lungs. That is a major thing to know that the president has to take on occasion in order to breathe properly, or to at least contain some part of this Omicron, which the difference is that lives in the larynx, that you lose your voice, some people do, that maybe that's another reason why you're not hearing from Biden. Maybe the voice is affected. That wouldn't be unusual. But every step, it's as though you can smell the obfuscation of what it is they're telling you, the fear, the lack of the reality in every single thing, including when he says things like, after a poll that says Democrats don't want him to run, he says, oh, they want me to run, or that the border is closed. Their statements have regularly, if not usually, contradicted reality, and I think that's why we're concerned.
Well, you both bring up KJP, and so let's listen to her response when she was asked about this on Friday.
Look, I don't think that matters, right? I think what matters is we prepared for this moment.
And then, of course, the doctor who comes up to clean up on aisle 7.
I think the question that the press secretary was answering is, can we look back and figure out who infected the president? Very difficult to do that. It happened several days before, obviously, he developed a positive test. And, the president's been out. He's been meeting with people. He's been meeting with Americans. And so it's going to be very difficult to trace back and figure out who gave it to him.
So, quick point on this, by the way, on contract tracing. And for everyone, go to the New York Post and look up a story. I believe it's titled The 5 Faults of Fauci or something. Contract tracing is one of the biggest, or contact tracing is one of the biggest frauds in COVID. Difference between tracking HIV or even, say, a monkeypox versus contact tracing on this, it's proven wrong. So they're using shifts in narratives that don't even follow scientific method.
And now it seems like they admit that because they had all of us doing tracing back to find out where we got it, who we had contact with.
And an app on your phone was going to follow you around.
Well, I did. So I had an app from my hospital that I actually was looking at going, they're actually tracking where I'm going on my phone. I had to disable it. But here, this White House for a year and a half has been lying to us. And if they're not going to let us talk to the physician, hear directly from the physician, my antennas go up. Are they lying to us about how sick he is? And I hope he's going to do well and going to recover quickly. I disagree with his politics, but I want him to be healthy. But they're not being honest and leveling with the American people, which is why you see them dancing all over the place. I think language actually matters. We're talking about a vaccine. This is not a vaccine. Everyone I know who's been boosted and vaxxed, they're all getting COVID.
Yeah.
The people who don't have COVID, haven't been vaxxed, aren't getting COVID. So I go, why do we have to call this a vaccine?
It's a therapeutic, but if they called it a therapeutic, everyone wouldn't have gotten it, and they knew it.
But Tammy, you mentioned,
why did they need everyone to get it if it was just a therapeutic?
But Tammy, if it's a therapeutic, what studies have we done to show that it's a therapeutic that works?
Well, see,
I've seen no data,
either.
no studies.
We don't have that
so we
either.
just go, we're vaccinating everybody.
Jump the gun and said, get the
college
shot.
students are all getting forced to be vaxxed.
Go back to
the
control.
militaries are being forced to be vaxxed. And so I go, why, when there's no data, no science behind it, it doesn't make sense. And what are the risks of getting vaxxed? We should have all that information and be able to make those decisions
are going to be busy
ourselves.
next year, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, they are.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.